Welcome back, guys, to my wonderful building series. This is going to be episode 2, and things have changed a little bit, as you can see behind me. I was playing around with some terraining. Now, if you didn't make it to the first episode, this is going to be our beautiful fantasy Victorian Gothic style city that we're doing. And you'll notice I don't have shaders on right now. That is just to demonstrate kind of what's going on, get a real clear view of this intricate landscaping work. Now, all of the buildings we laid out in the last episode, which is what you would have missed in the last one. We just laid out the city as it is so far, but it was all on the ground on this flat plane. And what I've done is raised up some of the parts of it, put it up on different platforms, and this is how it's looking so far. Now, hopefully you guys like the way it's looking. Obviously, this is not the final product. I'm going to change it a little bit, but obviously the sand is not going to be here. The stone's going to change, but this is basically a sample of what we're going for. And the stone, I'm obviously going to texturize as well, just a little bit. We're going to change it up. It's going to look really, really nice, but today, that's the goal. We're going to get a lot of the landscaping done. And even over here, I think I want to add a little bit of a raised up area here, and obviously over here for the massive cathedral. But I think those will come more once we actually start those builds. Guys, I want to get some building done today. I really want to get some building. We're going to do something today, whether it's starting on the Capitol building up here or anything like that. We're going to get something done. Now, is there enough land up here? It looks like there's just enough. I'm probably going to have to move it all back one, rearrange a little bit. But guys, we're going to start off this episode 2 here. We're going to start it off with a time lapse. Now, I don't know if you guys like the time lapses or the quick cut kind of style. You guys are going to have to let me know which one you prefer. But do that down in the comments. And right now, we're going to do a little time lapse of me landscaping up the rest of this, kind of smoothing out a little bit of things, and probably preparing the land up there for our beautiful Capitol building. So let's get some nice music on. You guys sit back, relax, and let's get into some beautiful building. So here we are. We have the landscape made, and I know it probably could use some touching up. I'm sure you guys see some flaws or some issues. It could use some touching up, but I'm a big fan of the way it turned out for now. For now, I think it's great, and as we go to each of these buildings, we'll be able to fix it up. For example, just any example, say we move to here next, you know, I'll touch this up, I'll fix the landscaping here. When we go down here to this circle, obviously it's not going to stay like this. We're going to raise up a little bit of land, create some paths, so you know, we're going to make everything look cohesive. But right now, we're focusing up here on our Capitol building, the biggest build here, or one of the biggest planned so far. And first off, I want to get rid of all this stuff in my inventory, and hopefully you guys enjoy this more raw style recording, the style I'm just, you know, basically building right in front of your eyes and, you know, speeding up the parts that need to be sped up. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and pick somewhat of a block palette. Now, I really want blackstone for the roof. I know that, so we are going to be using blackstone on the roof. I don't know if it'll be polished bricks or we'll just go with this blackstone, but I'll grab some stairs and some walls as well. Actually, we'll grab this wall, and then we'll take a slab also. Actually, the polished slab, that should all be fine for the roof. Here, let me actually clear my inventory by closing this stuff out. But so we're gonna go with this for the roof right here, this black color right here, beautiful. And we're going to have spikes on it, obviously. So we're going to need some fences. Nether brick should do us fine. And we have our wall. Let's go for some lightning rods as well. Use some of the new blocks. We'll toss that all in there for the roof. All that should be good for the towers and the roofs. But we also want a golden top. Now, do we want to actually use gold like a normal Capitol building? Do we want to mix it in with this? Could this be a cool look for the build? I really don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see. If we do something simple like this, this is how you can test out some different block palettes. Does that look okay? It looks decent. It looks all right. We might end up just going with just gold. I really can't tell at this particular moment, but we will store these up in our inventory as well, just for now. Now, the big bulk of the build, I want to be kind of a little bit of calcite and diorite, but also stony. So we're going to get some stone bricks in here as well. I can't decide just yet what I want it to be made of, so we will just take all of our little essentials that we might need here. Hopefully all this should be somewhat helpful. Maybe a lodestone would help as well. Maybe some dripstone. Maybe we'll go crazy on this, so all of this will go in our inventory. Obviously we're gonna need windows, so let's grab some glass. We're gonna grab panes and normal glass blocks. I like black. It's just my favorite glass color for this particular type of build, or all of my builds really. But for now, I think this is looking like a good block palette layout. I'm really not sure how I'm going to mix in the diorite and the calcite. I might have to do a multiple level thing. For example, if this is going to be a 3-story tall thing, we'll start with the stone here, and then the second layer will be diorite and the top calcite. I'll figure it out as we go, but what I really want to have you envision here is a couple of big arches in the front, and then maybe along the sides right here we'll have big buildings with tons of windows on both sides. And on the 4 corners of this build, I want to have towers. I actually want to have a tower. Let's see, we're gonna have one right here, we're gonna have one right here, and that's obviously gonna be on both sides. And then obviously in the back we're gonna do the same thing, and we can copy these around with world edit, so it won't be that much work. We're gonna have those towers right there. That's 8 towers that we're gonna have in the very point right here. And then this obviously is going to be our huge tower in the very middle with the, you know, the golden crown on it. If you guys have ever seen a Capitol building in real life, it always has a golden top, or at least a lot of the ones that I've seen in my life. And then over here on our sides, we'll probably just have, you know, a taller pointed part here and then a normal roof. And we'll probably do the same for this side, maybe switch it up a little bit of variation. But I also want to focus on having a couple of flags, maybe a lot of pointy parts. We're going for points here in this building, but I'm super excited, guys. This should be a super fun build, and what I want to do is maybe just start with the very front here, and we can do that either in time lapse, or I might just quick cut it. But I'm just gonna get to work on that to try and get my brain rolling a little bit with this build, and I'll bring you back in once I have, you know, something I'm confident with to show you. To start things off very simply, guys, I know I haven't gotten a lot done, but this is what the pillars are going to look like. This is the idea here, and then what I'm planning on doing is we're basically going to grab some blocks, and we're just going to go straight across with all this, and then we're going to have arches on top of it as well. So here's a little bit of an idea of the pillars. So we have our arches, and then we'll continue with the little point right there, and then we will continue with the rest of the layers of the build. Now I went for andesite here, and then actually I'm going to have to put some kind of crown block like this at the very top here, just to really cap it off, and then a stair on top of that should finish it all off very nicely. Now, like I was saying, what I want to do is take these and go up maybe 2 like this, and then close it in at a point. Boom. It looks like my shaders, how I have the shadows on, maybe too high, but that should be good right there. Maybe even a little bit pointier if we add 1 more block on each of the side of that, and then 3 for this. That should be super pointy, and yes, just about the look I'm looking for. So now what I'm going to do is do that all the way across, detail it up just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy with this because I don't want to ruin anything. Probably have some kind of interesting color in here, something just a little bit different. But let me finish this and probably get started on this whole middle section of the building. So you can see what I've been up to. I constructed basically the whole front. If we take a back here, take it back a little bit here, we have the whole front of the building basically done. The one thing that's throwing me off a little bit is this stone on stone back here. It isn't too bad. I'm thinking maybe I need to make these arches out of something different. I just got the idea, maybe if I make it out of this andesite, it might be a little bit better. But either way, I don't think it looks too bad. We'll just replace this real quick on the one and see how that looks. If we take it back a little bit, that does look a little better. So I'll fix that up on all of them. And then up here on our second layer, we've got a beautiful diorite layer with a little bit of calcite coming in, mix it in just a little bit. We have some dripstone, some weird windows I'm messing around with here. And on this next level, same thing, just some weird windows, a couple of designs. And then the very top, we have this nice window looking ridge thing. And then these 2 stone pieces are gonna be our first 2 towers. So we have those going in, and then on the sides, we have the tower coming all the way down. So I flipped this on the other side as well. What I'm going to do now is construct the tower roof. Now what I really wanted to do here is basically, I think we're just going to go with a really simple straight up triangle type of tower. We're going to go like this and all the way around. If I can get the, maybe I will go with blackstone, polished blackstone. Let me take that out and let's see what we can do here. Let's get some blackstone. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these builds. Hopefully you're learning something as well, but let's do something like this. Let's get some diagonal builds going on here, something like that, and then maybe this one will go with like 2. We'll do it on this side as well. Obviously, we have to. We'll do this, and then 2 on this one. And are those the same? Yes, they are. And then we'll make them meet in the middle here. Maybe 3. Let's see what that looks like so far. Is that the type of style I want? I think that looks pretty good, actually. I think maybe we can do 2 on this one and do this. Break these up a little bit more and make it a little bit taller, a little bit of a steeper incline. That looks even better. So we're going to do that on all 4 corners. Fill the middle with a different color. Maybe just a different type of blackstone. But let's get both these towers done. Okay, so I've done a couple of things to this tower. I think it looks interesting as is, but I really want to add a nice spike on the very top of it. So we're going to start off with getting an anvil in here. I think that's what we're going to put at the very base here. So let's toss that down, a nice anvil. And then we're going to go with a wall. And then we'll do a lightning rod, another wall, and then another lightning rod this way. Or actually, let's go with a fence. And finally, a lightning rod upside down on the very top, just like that. Let's make sure that looks okay before I leave it. I think that looks decent. I think the top of it, this little thing we got going on here, maybe doesn't work as well as I was hoping. Maybe if we replace this with an anvil, give it a little bit more of a strange looking point. Ooh, I like the way that looks. That looks cool. Okay, so we're gonna leave that. I think it looks okay. We'll copy that to the other side. We're gonna make this roof in the middle here. We'll probably just have this out of deep slate tile and have this just come along like this and go straight up maybe 5 blocks or so. And then again, we're gonna have a flat platform on the top where our final gold crowned tower will come out of the very top. So let's jump into just a little bit of a tiny time lapse of me finishing up the roof of this middle section of our building. There we go. We got the roof on. We have all 4 of the central towers done. There's obviously going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more towers on the sides of that. So we're going to have a lot of towers in this build, but it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to put the central tower in here. Now, if we just open up this hole down here, we drop down through all of our floors. We should have, boom, there we go, our circle right here. So basically, we're just going to take this circle, bring it all the way up to the roof, and start building our central tower with the golden roof. All right, we have the general shape. This is kind of the height I'm going for right here. Generally, I think what I want to do is have one big window right there, maybe a couple smaller windows on this layer, and then up maybe just a few more blocks, just some tiny windows, a bunch of spikes, and then the big golden dome right there. Maybe this is a good height. I don't want to have it too big. The golden dome could be right there, a nice huge point on the very top. Would look absolutely amazing. And then what we have to do is do a little side piece, and then gladly all we have to do is one of them, because we can just copy and paste that bad boy over to the other side. So let me get done with this golden dome of the Capitol building. Obviously I'm gonna try and use the gold if I can. If it doesn't look good, I don't know, we're gonna have to figure something else out. But let me hop on this. Let me put some big windows in, and I'll check back in before I put in the gold to see what you guys think. Oh baby, we got this going. I am really happy with the way this top has turned out. I love the details I've got in this bad boy and the big windows. It's looking nice and formal. Now we have to add on the gold, and I'm really nervous for this part because I don't know what it's gonna look like. We obviously want a kind of a dome shape, so we want to go up kind of gradually. We'll probably start it right there. We'll have it go up like this, and maybe it'll go maybe 2 there, and then nice and gradual to the very middle. Let's try and copy this same thing over here. So it's 2, and then 2 more, and then every other like that, and then 1 more like that, and hopefully that gives us kind of a nice dome shape. Hopefully that looks okay. I'm actually kind of happy with the way that looks. So let's try and fill the rest of this in real quick. Let's get all this going. Ooh, this is a little bit complicated here, the way I've made this. It's okay. Let's try and just fill it in. Nice and proper. Okay, yeah, see, this is a little bit of a mess. Let's try and do, oh boy, things have gotten messy. Is that correct? Oh, it is correct. I just don't need a block there. Interesting. Okay, so let's try and get this all the way around. I really hope this looks the way I hope it looks. Let's do this and that and that. Hopefully that's a dome some kind. Hopefully that looks okay. Ooh. Okay, I like it, but did I mess up? Is it a little lopsided maybe? Is that a perfect quarter of this? I think it is. Let's try and copy this and paste it around. Okay, paste it all the way around. We should have a nice perfect dome, and we do. Is it the right height? Is it perfect? Ooh, I think I like it a lot. Oh, maybe I could make it go up just a little bit higher. We do something like this all the way around, just one more layer on each of these. Let's just try and get it to go all the way around. One more layer on every one of these, just to even it out a little bit. Maybe this will help us get a better look. Yes, I like that a little bit better. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then the final thing I have to add is a little, almost a crow's nest type of thing, and then a final peak on it. Final peak, and then the middle will be done, and we'll begin down here. So guys, I think you'll see it in the time lapse when I finish this roof behind me, but we're going to jump into one final time lapse of me finishing the side of the building that you see below me outlined in red, finishing that, and in that time lapse you'll be able to see what I did to the roof. So hopefully you guys enjoy this last little time lapse of the episode as we finish such an amazing, enormous build. Okay, baby, we got it done. I totally forgot about these towers we were gonna add during the time lapse, so I tossed them in there, and maybe we'll put one on this side. Actually, what am I thinking? How have I not done that yet? Let's do it over here. Actually, I think I have it copied right now. Let's just copy it again from this position, flip it to the right, and paste. Hopefully that works out the way I want it to. Oh, it did. Absolutely beautiful. So let's do that again. Let me think about how I need to do this. I guess I copy it over. How do I do this? I think I need to copy this one over here and then paste it over there. Let's just try it real quick. Let's go down here. I'll just keep the clip going for you guys so you can see all the ups and downs of this. We got to get down to this level, so we'll grab that corner and then we'll go all the way back up here to the very, very top of this, where we're gonna hop on this and fly up. Make sure we get it on the corner, position 2, and now we can do it. We'll go right here. We will / copy, flip it to the left, and then paste it in right there, and that should be all 4 of those towers. We have all 8 towers in now. There we go. Absolutely beautiful, guys. I love this build so much. I love the way it came together. I really do. I am very happy with how this turned out and everything that it is. I like the side over here that is not identical to this side. I like the flags we got going. I really like it a lot. The one thing I would maybe change is some of the windows up here could need some addressing. I might deal with that soon, but for now, guys, let's zoom in this POV, take a look at this bad boy. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous, and that is going to be our massive build for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and let me zoom back out real quick. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I really want to get some landscaping, some trees going on here, and let me know which build you guys want to see next in this whole area. Remember, go watch the last episode if you want to know what each of these are. We have some interesting builds all over the place. The only one I don't want to do quite yet is the large cathedral build. That's just going to have to wait a little while since we did such a big build. Maybe let's pick some smaller ones to do, and obviously some landscaping and detailing. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this build and this episode, and leave your comments, your ideas, and thank you so much for the support. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time in episode 3.